Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to Celtic Legacy Wrestling. I am the Bard, the Keeper of Scrolls and the Teller of Tales. Today I have the honor of presenting to you Part 2 of the Dragons Championship Tournament. We have the last match of the quarterfinal, the semifinal, and the final to determine the inaugural Dragons champions. Now let's get to the action. Final match of the quarterfinals of the Dragons tournament. Kings of the North, Bonesaw, as Matthew Smyth is in control of Damien Corvin versus the Social Elite, Matthew Smyth and Sean Guinness. These two teams very familiar with each other, wrestled each other many times. Smyth in control of Corvin. Corvin sending Smyth to the outside where Bonesaw takes him off the apron. Kings of the North, the stronger of the two teams. Social Elite, the high flying quickness that they possess, led them to the prior CLW Tag Team Championships on our previous season, in which the Social Elite held those titles for most of the season. That title being replaced by the Dragons Championship. Kings of the North even dethroned the Social Elite at one point. Smyth sent into the post. There are no countouts in Celtic Legacy Wrestling. Sean Guinness getting frustrated on the outside, reaching for a tag. Kings of the North are dominating Smyth at this point. Another double team attempt by the Kings of the North. Springboard moonsault to the back of Smyth. Smyth getting out of the ring. No safety out there. Corvin just taking it to Smyth on the outside. Going to the top. Missing. Looked like he hit his head on the table. Smyth takes Corvin down. Smyth taking that Corvin out, but Corvin up. So Smyth doing more damage. Smyth needs to get a tag. He's been in there taking so much damage. Going for a pin instead. Not even close to a 1. Smyth is in his corner. He needs to get a tag. Corvin tagging in Bonesaw. Bonesaw runs in and missed. Now he's stuck in the tree of woe. Smyth just tag already. Guinness hitting Bonesaw from the outside. Finally, Smyth gets a tag. Double teamed by the Social Elite. Bonesaw dropped throat first on the top rope. Back and forth between these two. Bonesaw sends Guinness into the corner. Guinness fighting out of the corner. Rolling forearm. Kicks to the face. Corvin was trying to get a tag. Guinness not allowing that to happen. Double team by the Social Elite. Back body drop. Bonesaw's up. Bonesaw just took both members of the Social Elite down. Springboard moonsault wasn't even close. Superman punch out of nowhere from Smyth. 2 count. Bonesaw kicked over the top rope. Smyth going out after him. Busted Bonesaw open with a knee. Working over Bonesaw on the outside. Again, there's no countouts in Celtic Legacy Wrestling. Doing as much damage to Bonesaw as he can. Bonesaw reversing, sending Smyth into the ring. Reversal by Smyth. Reversal by Bonesaw. Running knee into the corner. Rearranging Smith's face with his boot. Another reversal. Smyth sends Bonesaw into the corner of the clothesline. Then got him out of the corner so he couldn't get a tag. Guinness tagged in. Bonesaw is out of it. Reversal though. Corvin now in. Both wrestlers missing each other. Springboard. Forearm it looked like. Roll up by Guinness. 1 count. Big clothesline by Guinness. Smyth in. Taking it to Corvin. Spear. Bonesaw is coming in to break that up. Smyth to the second rope. Missing as Corvin gets out of the way. Double team by the Kings of the North. Double shoulder block. Bonesaw in control of Smyth. Taking him into the corner. Smyth able to slip behind. Inverted DDT. Setting up on the outside. Goes for a kick, but he's intercepted by Bonesaw. These two teams know each other so well. Bonesaw's up, but there's a tag to Guinness. Kick from Bonesaw takes down Guinness. Guinness in the wrong part of town, busted open by Bonesaw. These two teams are brutalizing each other. And they still have 2 more matches to go, whoever wins this. Potentially 2 more matches to go, we should say, to get the Dragons Championship. Bonesaw reversing. Guinness reversing. Bonesaw, the running knee in the corner. Taking out Guinness. Guinness with an attempt at a Superman punch, it looks like. Back elbow. Takes Bonesaw into the corner. Crowd has been going insane this whole match. Pin attempt. I thought that was going to be it. That was the last possible second that Bonesaw could have kicked out of that. Guinness. Working the crowd too much. This crowd has just had so much energy that Guinness wasn't paying attention. Bonesaw tagging Corvin, who took control, but Guinness now reversing. German suplex into a clothesline. Going to the outside. Corvin in control on the outside. Taking down Guinness. Making their way back into the ring. Counter by Guinness, who hits a spear. Bonesaw saving it at the last second. This match could go all night. Double team by the Social Elite. Corvin getting the tag. Bonesaw now legal with a spear, taking Smyth down as he was not paying attention. Kick out of 2. The winner of this match has to face the draw in the semifinals. But these two teams are destroying each other. That may be an easy match for the draw. Reversal after reversal. Smyth looking to get out of there, tags Guinness in. Both had knee in minds and missed. More reversals. Bonesaw setting him up. Rolling elbow. Bonesaw setting up again. Reversed. Going for a pin here. 2 count. More like 2 and 9-9-9-9. Reversals after reversal. Enziguri from the second rope, another pin attempt. Oh man, this match is never gonna end, folks. Setting him up. Knees to the back. Smyth tagged in. Bonesaw not sure where he is at this point. Trying to fight out of the corner. Got Smyth. Smyth fighting back. Forearms. Picks Bonesaw up. The Social Elite have advanced. We've made it to the semifinals of the Dragons tournament. The Irish Aces, Finn Balor and JD McDonough, who defeated the Lucha Brothers in the first round, facing the Dangerous Alliance, Sid and Vader, with Paul Heyman, who defeated the War Raiders. And after a quick roll-up, the Irish Aces have won. Second match of the semifinals, the draw, Charlie Sterling and Adam Max with Sammy D, who beat Fraxium in the first round, facing the Social Elite, Matthew Smith and Sean Guinness, who defeated the Kings of the North in a brutal match. The Social Elite cannot have much in them coming into this. That match with the Kings of the North was amazing, but all 4 of those competitors were just annihilated in that match. Social Elite with Max on the outside. Social Elite ended up winning that match against the Kings of the North after the referee stopped it due to a knockout of Bonesaw. Under Celtic rules, knockouts are victory. You pinfall, submission, or KO with no countout in these Celtic rules matches. We don't usually get to the point where there's a knockout, but we saw the first one in that match between the Social Elite and the Kings of the North. Max in control of Smyth. Winner of this match advances to face the Irish Aces, who got a very quick victory over the Dangerous Alliance after Finn rolled up Sid for a quick 3. Paul Heyman was not happy about that. Social Elite currently in control of the match. taking control on Smyth. Pin, 2 count, as Sterling breaks it up. Springboard moonsault. Gotta think the Social Elite is gonna want to end this match quickly. I don't think either one of them is in any condition for a long match. Sterling tagged in. Not that the Draw had an easy match against Praxium, but it wasn't anywhere near as brutal as that match between the Social Elite and the Kings of the North. Smyth setting up Maxed shoulder breaker, tagging in Guinness. A lot going on in the corner there. Guinness sent Maxed in, and Smyth tried to attack Max from the outside, but Max countered it and hung up Smyth on the top rope. Double team by the Draw. Double team by the Social Elite. Smyth setting up. This could be it, but Max makes the save. Meteora. Smyth still going in this. His body has to be racked with pain. Fighting through to try to become the inaugural Dragons champion. Sterling is up. Double team by the Social Elite. Guinness launched into Sterling. Smyth back in. Tossing Sterling. Setting him up from the outside. Changed his mind, and Sterling actually got a tag. Smyth in the corner, getting himself psyched up. Knee to Maxed. No Sterling to break the pin. And the Social Elite have done it. And we've made it to the finals of the Dragons Championship Tournament. The Irish Aces, J.D. McDonough and Finn Balor, versus the Social Elite, John Guinness and Matthew Smyth. Irish Aces definitely the fresher of these two teams. J.D. going for a quick pin here. 2 count. Irish Aces beat the Lucha Brothers and the Dangerous Alliance to get to the finals. JD with another pin attempt. Smyth in it. A little late there. Social Elite defeated the Kings of the North in the draw to get to the finals. Irish Aces had it easy against the Dangerous Alliance as Finn was able to get a quick roll-up. But the Social Elite went through hell in that match with the Kings of the North and have had so much taken out of them in this tournament that the Irish Aces have to be considered the favorites at this point. Action on the outside. We did get a first KO victory as the Social Elite defeated the Kings of the North by KO. That is part of the Celtic rules. Pinfall, submission, or knockout. No countouts. That was the first time the knockout rule has come in to play, as that two just brutalized each other to the point that Bonesaw could not continue. JD in there with Guinness. Guinness not been able to get anything going at this point. Tag to Finn, double team now by the Irish Aces. Finn taking down Guinness, who's crawling for trying to get to his corner to make a tag, but he gets splashed to the back. And it's over. The Irish Aces are the Dragons champions. The Irish Aces, Finn Balor and JD McDonough, are the inaugural Dragons champions. How long will they be able to hold on to those championships? You're not going to want to miss the stories yet to be told. So unless you're the village idiot, you should like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.